Hey YouTube, how you doing? It's your boy Big Al right here. And today I'm coming to you with a new product, a product that they said can make people's lives easier. I'm going to do a little different today. I'm not going to do the full unboxing. You're going to get to see me open up the box. I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and then I'm going to see what I think about it. I'm going to tell you what I think, okay? This right here, it is the new Caavo Control Center. And it is promising new things, exciting things, and making life a lot easier for those who are electronically inclined. Well, for those who don't like having multiple controllers around on display and finding the right one to push at the right time, who knows? So can they do it? We'll see. Okay, first of all, what I want to point out is something that's probably is important to me, and I'm pretty sure is really important to a lot of other people, is how it's packaged. Because you get certain things in the mail, and you jostle it around a little bit, and there's a whole bunch of racket inside, which is not good. So look at this one. It's sturdy, it's nothing moving in there. It means to me that it is packed well. All right, and here you have it. You got a little welcome. It tells you where to go, sit back, relax type deal. Give you a little promise. I'm pretty sure if you're not happy, what have you, where you can go. And it's all nice and everything, but yeah, we'll check that out later. So you see, it's not very much free space in here. Batteries, remote. Take that out. I'll take that out later. Here's the main box here. You see? Packaged very well. Didn't move around at all. Oh, here you go. This device is pretty hefty. It's got some weight to it. If we look at the back, we can see it has 4 HDMI ins. I know a lot of you gonna complain or may say, hey, that's not enough. But you know what? Standard person or an average person just have a couple of things they want to plug into the back of their TV. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus in a little bit better. All right, here's the HDMI out to the TV. Here's your network cable. Key to note that people have been having problems when they connecting it. Initially, it can be used with Wi-Fi or with the actual cable. For initial setup, they advise that you use cable for initial setup, and then afterwards you can go ahead and put it on your Wi-Fi system. This right here, it says do not use. This underneath is a USB port. At first, what they were going to do was allow you to plug up small devices such as your little Fire Stick or Chrome device to here, and it'll give it a little bit of power. But they noticed or came to realize that other people will be plugging in a lot bigger devices that draw a lot more current than what this is allowed to put out. So they decided to deactivate it and put the sticker on until you don't use it. They also let you know that, hey, if you decide to peel this sticker off and try to attempt to use it, it may affect the operation of the whole box itself. So I'm not going to take it off, so I'm good with that. Over here, you have your port for the IR blasters. What you're going to use the IR blasters for is if you're putting stuff behind closed cabinets or such where it's not easily visible for the remote. You can throw a blaster up in there and it'll be able to pick it up digitally. And of course, there's your power thing. Let's see what else we got in here. Don't need that, don't need that. Okay, yeah, nice words. All right, there you go. Power brick, beautiful. Yeah, we'll see. What else? And here are your the IR blaster. So, all right, let me get rid of this rest of the stuff and I'll come back and show it all out to you. Okay, now that it's out in the box, let me tell you, let's take a closer look. Of course, we said this is your standard power brick for it. Here are the IR blasters. That cord will connect to the back of that, and then you can place this wherever you're going to have your equipment, and it'll be able to reach it. One thing I got to tell you right off the back, if you look at this, you can see the reflection. This has that black piano key finish on the top of it. Although it may be nice, I could tell you right off the back that it is a fingerprint magnet. I am not too keen on that. However, if that's the only thing, I'm very picky about things, you know. People come to your house, look at your remote, and it's all jammed up with all kind of grease and pieces of last night's dinner or what have you on it. That's not too cool. So I get where they're coming from. They want it to look really nice, but I like the back. The back, it has a matte finish on this remote. Is matte. I don't know. The front, that touchy keyboard or piano finish top there is just a fingerprint magnet. So that's my only thing I have. As you can see, it has a big old Caavo in the center. It's multi-function. It has multi-functions. When you get into the main menu, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You may ask why I know a lot about this. This is my second box, or my second Caavo. I purchased myself. I purchased it with my own money. It wasn't given to me. I purchased two. Why? Purchased the first one, this one exactly, from Caavo themselves. But I realized it was going to take them a whole week to get to me. And, you know, I'm a gadget person. I want to have my hands on and try to really get in there. So I went to Amazon, found it. Amazon shipped it out in 2 days, where this one took a full week to get to me. So I've been practicing or learning with the last one, so that's why I can talk about it. This is a unique feature right here on the back. It's a rubber stopper. This is made for, if you can look at it, it's kind of thin. Those remotes that get lost in your couches. This is made to actually stop that. So it may go down into your couch and get a grip right here, and it won't slide down, so you can always see it. Plus, if it does get lost in your couch, it has an option where you can page it, so that's another good thing. If you look at this controller, it's very minimalist, right? You would think. However, a lot of these keys on here, and I found they do multiple things with one key, with the long press on certain ones. And you can program some of them. Only 3 of them on the main screen for different things. And if you have different items that you're plugged into, that menu may change. But for the main part, such as my cable box, I have 3 things that I can change. Here's my down, up and down arrow for my channels. You can program those to do different things. So as you see, you have your channel selector down here. Your volume is way up on the top. Yes, that is different. Normally you have volume and channel selector right on opposite sides or right next to each other. So that's going to take a little getting used to. But beside that, cool looking remote. All right, so we'll go set it up and show you guys how it goes. All right, YouTube, so we're back. I've got it all set up. I just want to try to walk things through for y'all so y'all can see exactly how it looks. There's the interface on the bottom. You can see that it's got the different things. You can search for whatever you want. And see if we can get that clear for you. You can see it. You can say open up Hulu, or as it says over there, tune to, or search. And it works very well. It works pretty good. Is it flawless? Of course, we've got some glitches, but you know, it works. You want to change between devices. It shows you what types of devices that you have put on. Right now, ATT, I have ATT Uverse as a box. I've got my DVD player and I have my NVIDIA Shield. Right now you see it's on my NVIDIA Shield. But if I wanted to go back over to the Uverse, all I have to do is just go over just like that and switch it back to it. Let me shut the sound down real quick. Okay, now, as you see, pulled up the menu on here. There is a slight problem and it is known. Here's a slight problem. You bring up the channel guide to switch different channels. If you put it on any channel that has a repeater in the middle of it, and when I say repeater, I mean like you see on the bottom right hand side for channel select, I have 1004 or 1221. If I go ahead and place it on there as my favorites or I put it out, it will not go to the channel. It gets confused. As you see on the top, it goes to whatever it just went to, okay? And that's kind of bad. They do know about it. They're aware of it. And they say it's just the fact that they had a software or a firmware update. It's getting confused with the two numbers and it will be fixed. Now, however, if I bring it up and I do, let's say I want to go to 1012 and hit enter, it recognizes it. Look at the top, there it goes. And we go straight to it and it works. So it's just the channels with two sequential numbers or repeating numbers, it doesn't like to. It gets confused. It gets discombobulated, you know, if it can. There's another feature. If you see the remote, it's not backlit. That was one thing that a lot of people were like, oh, I'm not going to like it at night. However, they thought of that. Listen, watch what happens when I just hover my finger over the remote on certain buttons. It pulls up on the bottom right hand side. It tells you exactly what these buttons are used for. Okay? Power, it tells you power and such. So that was their way of saying, hey, we'll combat that backlight issue. Let's see what else we can have for you. One thing it said that it doesn't work for the ATT Uverse on their guide. I went to Caavo's guide and it said it did not specifically work with the DVR on ATT Uverse. Well, I have shown right here, if I hit it, it brings up my guide, shows that it does work and it works very well. Matter of fact, I'm not going to go through and pick it or select it. One thing you'll find out when you're going through one of the episodes and such like that, there's no way of pushing stop, because if you look again, let me get that focus for you. There is no real stop button. Okay, it's not going to work. It's too close to it. But there's no stop button on it. However, it gives you the opportunity to program it. If you hold down the bottom button right here on the screen, it shows you. You hold that down. It says, hey, you can program everything. So what I did is I programmed the down button, the down channel as well. If you hold it down long enough, it'll stop. The up button, I programmed it to last. All right. So they did think about workarounds for certain things. One thing that it doesn't have on it, let's go back to NVIDIA. The NVIDIA Shield, I'll show you one thing that they don't have. I put in a ticket to see if they can also put it in on one of their firmware updates. It is the ability to hold down OK for speech. Click to speak. Yes, the remote itself has it, but it will not work inside the NVIDIA Shield. So for certain things like Pandora, which is not an app that's connected to NVIDIA Shield, and it's not one that I can put. If you see right here, well, let me see that right here. Under my apps, there is no Pandora. I can add certain apps, but they don't have the option of Pandora. And I call them or I text them through their 7 days a week text line, support line, and they informed me that Pandora is not part of their program. However, that's why I asked them if they can go ahead and implement a press and hold for the enter key. And they were a little confused at first as to why I would need it. And they're like, well, why would you need that thing? I'll demonstrate. I'll hold down. This is the enter key. I will hold it down and it just does its own thing. It doesn't have, it doesn't allow you to hold down or to, doesn't allow you to hold down so you can speak on the app. So what I've implemented, or I've tried to get them to open up a ticket to see if they can go ahead and implement a 5-second, 3-second delay or activation when you hold down. And that'll also help the people with the Apple TVs, because also when you're trying to move around things on Apple TV, you want to, you have to push to talk as well on Apple TV. You want to move around the tiles on your Apple TV. You're not able to do it with this remote. One of the persons that I spoke to, representatives there, also said, well, that's why you have to have your other remote there just in case something doesn't work. And I told him, I was like, look, that it defeats the whole purpose behind getting this remote, because I don't want to use any other remote. So that's it in a nutshell. So what I think? Well, I'm going to tell you. Is this box good? Yes. Can it be improved? Yes. It has some flaws. Yes, it does. But as I told them, customer service, that I understand startup, because look at my Indiegogo account. I love supporting new vendors or new people who come up with new ideas of doing different things and doing them better. This right here has its flaws, just like Harmony ones. Ooh, I know I touched a sore nerve with that, but I do believe they're on their way to surpass Harmony. And I'll tell you why. Harmony, very expensive. Yes, it does a job, and yes, Harmony can do things that this one can't. And when I say that, I mean Harmony can dim the lights, set the moods, close down the shades and the shutters, the curtains. Those are all niceties. Necessities. Does Harmony get confused? Yes. I have 2 Harmony systems in my house. They're very expensive, but they always get mixed up as well. So I'm always hitting that help button. And when you hit the help button, then it turns things and switches things around digitally. It shouldn't have to, the amount of money you spend for it. This one, yes, it has its quirks. The company is aware. But I told the company, I said, if you guys listen to your customers, if you listen to them very carefully, don't brush them off, listen to them and take what they say to heart. Fix the things that you say you're going to fix. This system itself is going to be one of the best programs. And who knows? Maybe they'll be able to add stuff in that allow them to set your mood, or close the blinds, or, dim the lights for you, turn on the fan. Who knows? Everything is software driven nowadays, so it wouldn't be very hard for them. Would I spend the $99 for this? Yes, I would. Would I advise it or recommend it to another person? Yes, I would. Caavo, they're doing their research. The piano black finish, you take it or leave it. You're always going to keep it clean, wipe it off. It does look like it's an expensive piece of equipment when it's sitting next to the rest of your AV equipment in there. But it's worth it. It's worth the $100. Another thing I've heard people complain about. But I have to spend $2 on subscription a month. I want to ask you a question. For those of you who drink coffee, how much is a cup of coffee a day? Maybe you drink 2 or 3 of them a day. $2 is more than $2. Let's face it. $2 is nothing when it comes to enjoying the full capability of this system and what it has to offer. So yes, I would recommend it, and I think it's on the up and up. Thanks for watching.